All right. Item number 22, business from the City Council. Councilmember Boomgarden, you're up. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to tick off a couple things here. Attended the awards ceremony picnic for the Yuba City Fire Department. Quite a nice event. They chose to recognize 4 individuals for their service to the community and their service to the department. It was heartwarming to see some of the folks that I'd actually hired receive those awards. So that was nice. Attended a meeting with the Board of Supervisors to visit with the Board of Sunsuite and their leadership. Very enlightening. They are a very vibrant part of our community and valued part of our community. They are a going concern, and they are feeling quite a bunch of pinch, if you will, from the state of what's going on in this state in regards to what's happening to businesses. I wouldn't consider them a flight risk, but I would consider them a top priority of this city to continue to meet with them to address any of the needs and concerns they have. Big employer, big tax generator, and probably the biggest takeaway was they're not just necessarily churning dollars around here. They're bringing in $300 million of outside of this area money into this community. Of course, it's going and doing other things, but by far, I'm sure if they're not in the top 2 or 3, I would be surprised. Attended a Sabufka, the Sutter Buttes Flood Control Agency. They're in full swing with their good weather projects now. Continue to be impressed by that agency. There was some concerns as the snow melt happened, and Mike Bissett, who's their director of engineering, was very, very responsive to concerns that I think the city had and able to get that out to our constituents. Finally, I want to thank the council members for supporting a regional fireworks show. This is a major deal for the community, and to each and every one of you, the support that you showed and the patience as we work through this process of putting on a regional fireworks show. And I also definitely need to acknowledge the city of Marysville for their participation. I'm going to come back to them in a minute. Sutter County, thank you, and their Board of Supervisors. Yuba County and City of Marysville, I cannot.
Water Agency.
Thank you. Yuba County, or excuse me, Yuba Water Agency and Recology. They've all stepped up to the plate. The show will happen in Marysville. We were hoping to be able to shoot it off the new 5th Street Bridge. There were some legal things due to timing. We just chose to move it down to Riverfront Park. It's going to come from a soccer field that's located against or near the river's edge between the 5th and 10th Street Bridge. About a 15 or so minute show with some good pyrotechnics, and kudos to Brad Hudson and the city of Marysville. They're actually signing the contract. They've got most of the liability, if not all of it, over there. But this is something that the community hasn't had for over 18 years. It's a great regional event, but it's also, I think, a first step in potentially eliminating the use of illegal fireworks, with the belief that if people have a show to go to, they'll be less inclined to buy the nasty stuff that shoots up in the air. So again, thank you. And Diana, thank you for being patient, and thank the staff, and I've acknowledged those, and will thank them personally when I get the chance for their support so far. We're getting close to the edge here, and hopefully we'll have a great show with a lot of attendance. Thanks.
All right, Councilwoman Espandola.
I first want to acknowledge Councilman Boomgarden for his tenacity and leadership in getting this done. You mentioned this in a conversation when we were going on a bridge tour, and you just said, I have this idea and I'm thinking, and so I appreciate the fact that you truly took, from my perspective, the leadership in this, and so I want to recognize you for doing that, and also that your way of being able to bring in people, even if there are different opinions or thoughts and ideas of who takes what, and you do it with a lot of class and a lot of respect. So thanks for honoring that in our city and our community. One of my favorite new things as a city council that I enjoyed so far this year is the high school graduations. Going to River Valley High School and Yuba City High School graduations were really touching to see the students in our community reach that milestone. That was really a special moment. Also seeing the awards that we all shared that we didn't receive, but the fire guys, I think it has a bigger place when they give it. It's an award that is selected within the group of people, so they're honoring each other, and so to see that and be part of that this year was really nice too. The food was great, man. They are good cooks, I have to say. The Sunsweet tour, I was really fascinated with the tour, but I was genuinely genuinely taken by the welcoming and also the interest of the CEO and the board of a few board members of the Sunsweet, because they made a comment that in their years of being here in the community, that I think that this was the first time that they've had this combined meeting with city council members, board of supervisors, and it almost kind of made them a little uncomfortable, like, why are you all here? But once that was through, it was a great opportunity for myself to listen, to hear directly from them what values, what things are important to them. What Councilman Boomgarden mentioned I'd like to add that the pride that they take for the people that work for Sunsweet, how strong pride they take in their valuing their employees. I heard that well through the CEO and the board of directors. But one of the biggest things that they asked, because, it's like, how can we help you? How can we help you continue business here and so on? And one of the biggest asks was that helping with policy and issues, with state policies that are causing an encroachment and difficulties for a lot of local businesses or any business to do profitable good work here in California. That was one of the big things that they requested in that meeting, and I'm sure Councilman Shaw will add to, and the mayor was also there. Unfortunately, Vice Mayor was ill on that day. The Gilsizer, what is it? Gilsizer drainage, which I get to chair a ditch committee, and it's quite fascinating. I'm learning more about ditches than I never thought. I used to play in ditches when I was a kid and working out on the farm, but now I get to chair and be in charge of one large ditch. So one big change is we're not meeting monthly. We may be meeting quarterly. So I'm just adding that part. We also attended, if you have not had the chance to go to the Sutter County Museum or Community Museum, they just did a beautiful renovation, and I won't take all the time on that, but it was just amazing. Very impressed. You saw the Summer Stroll presentation. I was just the weather was perfect. The company was great. There was a couple of contestants and a couple of things, and I'm not going to take that one away from the vice mayor. Did the ribbon cutting today? I attended the ribbon cutting today with the Bank of Feather River. What state-of-the-art banking facility, beautiful facility, and a couple of things that Julie mentioned about that 98% of the whoever developed, built the facility, 98% were from local people, and I believe 100% of all the funds that through that bank is loaned out and utilized locally. So another great reason to bank with Bank of Feather River. So thank you.
All right, Mr. Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Amongst everything that all of the rest of the council members done, I worked, so I did kind of double duty. But I'll hit the highlights real quick. Graduations were great. Sutter County Library was amazing what they've done. City Stroll, I was there, just wasn't in the photo opportunities. I was walking up and down checking on the different people of our community and just visiting that evening. I sat on the Yuba Center Transit, and a couple of notable things that's coming up there is you will start seeing new buses within the next probably 18 to 24 months. They're in a fleet replacement. A lot of that has to do with the zero emissions coming up in about 15 years. But also most notably is in January, the route will start from Sam's Club, Sunsweet bus stop there to the Yuba Sutter County campus of Yuba College. That will start in January of 2020, not the fall semester, but the spring semester. So that will be upcoming. Kudos to Councilmember Boomgarden. He's led the charge on bringing back community, and we're actually seeing that over and over with everything that's going on. The 4th of July is actually turning out to be a full day. We will start that morning. There's been a little subcommittee working in the background with the kids parade that morning at 10. But just prior to that, there was an article in the paper a few months ago about the flagpole on Plymouth Street being damaged. You'll be happy to know that that morning at 9:30 there is going to be a rededication. So we invite everyone out to see that, and my understanding is that's going to not only be to honor the military, which it was so many years ago, but it's also first responders and police and stuff. Police, fire, first responders. So it should be a great morning, and then carry on with the kids right up to the great fire truck and the hot dogs that was started by, I dare call you Chief, right down the line here. So it should be a fun day. Start off the morning, break in the afternoon, go hit the pool, come back and watch fireworks in the evening. So out of that whole thing, what I can say is I'm starting to see this region come back together as a community. And I think that I want to commend the rest of the council, because I see that coming from the council, that we're really reaching out from our city to the other jurisdictions and trying to bring community back. And because we're not all the different little entities around here. We're one great big community. Final comment that I will leave you on is the concern of Sunsweet. Real easy, Mr. Burns, I told him we'd send you to the Capitol, and along those same lines, as soon as we get done with the fireworks, we'll head down to your house, because I saw you laughing. Second show, I think, will be down on the south end of town that evening. So, no, that's all I have. So, Mr. Mayor, it's back to you.
All right, very good. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. Last couple of weeks was a busy couple of weeks. There was over 25 events that I attended. I'm just going to highlight on 7, make it short and sweet. It's getting late. Of course, we all attended the summer stroll. I got dethroned to being the chicken wing champion, hot wings champion. But the young man that took second place last year took first place this year, so we swapped spots. So now it's 1-1. Yeah, it's 1-1. Yes. Yes, yeah. So the grand reopening of our museum, the museum's been changed. The proper wording for our museum now is Community Memorial Museum. That was on the grand opening. That was the name change also. We also attended both graduations, the Yuba City Fire Department's employee picnic, the Bank of Feather River this morning. I attended Commander Tappy's retirement luncheon, and also the mayor and I attended Habitat Humanity's ribbon cutting for permanent housing. This happened to be in Marysville, but I just want to say that, there's 800 people out there, but we have another family that's in permanent housing, and that's 2 to 4 less people that are out there in the river bottoms, and it's slow, but it's a good cause, and we're working on it, and hopefully we're going to fix it here, not in the near future, but we're going to fix it here in the far future. We're going to get this fixed and taken care of. And that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Some repeats of events and whatnot, but one of the main things I went to was a board meeting for the Greater Sacramento Economic Council. They had the big takeaway for me there was they had a committee on site selectors. And what does that mean? That means businesses or individuals or companies that are looking to relocate or establish residency in a community. The big takeaway there was they reiterated to us that it's not just about impact fees. The companies often come to the municipalities and discuss impact fees because they are under the assumption that's all we can do for them. However, the encouragement we receive from those on the committee, and there are some big names, is that look at a broader picture. It's about transit, it's about mobility, it's about education, it's about quality of life, the things that we can bring or a community can bring to members, their employees. Workforce development is another big one. We've had discussions about that here at City Hall too, that we're going to start trying to at least do our role in helping ensure that. So that all translates into economic development, which is prosperity for us. So that was a good conference. There's a lot of things going on there. SACOG, we continue to prepare for the next funding round. Our project under the Green Means Go initiative is Bridge Street. We continue to work on that, as I'm sure the community is aware. It's a slow process, but we continue to work on that, try to get some economic vitality going on there and start using that as a springboard to spread out the wealth, literally. Sabufka, as Councilmember Boomgarden discussed, they are moving full steam ahead. In fact, with their fair weather projects, the final phase of the West Levee project, which is our East Levee, is at the Oroville Wildlife Area. Then they're going to move on to projects down on the Sutter Bypass. So they continue to do a good job. Mike Bissett is doing a phenomenal job. Habitat for Humanity ribbon cutting. That was great to see that family. They were literally homeless. I think it was just, 2 weeks prior?
Yes.
And they put them, a family of 2, right into not a new home, but a refurbished home. It looked quite nice, and they looked very happy. Once again, the museum re-grand opening, what a community asset that is. It's unbelievable. Jessica's over there doing a really, really good job. Yet another partnership by changing that. The name of the museum, little things like that. The partnership today with the council chambers, the library funding, the fireworks show, which, by the way, congratulations on that. That was a lot of work, a lot of leadership. Those things are doing exactly what we all talk about, and that's foster community. It has you that feeling of home. And, although times different municipalities may have competing objectives, when you do have those conflicts come up, the relationship you establish on the front end will make it that much easier to work through. And I'm confident that we can work through virtually anything. I really do truly mean that. Summer stroll, once again, as I said earlier today, seems like yesterday, it's been a long meeting, but what a great time that was. I can't say enough good about that. It was a fun time, and we're happy to be a part of that. So a lot of other things on the horizon coming up. We'll be able to announce projects we're working on, personnel things we're working on, this new city manager coming on board soon. Exciting. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but looking forward to it. It's going to be a good thing. So that being said, I will go ahead and we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much for all you guys sticking through it for all of tonight. Appreciate it.